Welcome to Joyfully Ever After with Rhonda. I'm Rhonda. Today we're going to talk about a Love Your Life audit. And I know you're thinking, well, what is that? It's a time for us to sit down, think about our lives, what's working and what's not. It's not a criticism. It's not looking at it like a verdict, oh, my life sucks. It's time to take an honest inventory of what's working and what's not, to give you a clear roadmap and to give you clear attention on what you want to change. So I am not a therapist. However, this is something that the therapist suggested I do years ago. And I took it and I kind of made it my own. It's something good to reevaluate every 3 to 6 months. See what's gotten better. Sometimes what's gotten better is what you focused on. Sometimes it's just happenstance that things got better. It's a good time to take an inventory of your life and see what you want to work on. In our daily lives, we're so busy managing our days, our day-to-day activities, our jobs, our families, whatever we have going on in our lives. That's what we're focusing on every day. That's why I really encourage you to take some time once every 3 to 6 months and really focus on what's going on in your life now, what's working well, and what you'd like to work differently. That's a Love Your Life audit. So I've figured out 8 categories that I like to look at my life in. I'm going to share them with you. They are relationships. How are things going with your family, your friends, your partner, your coworkers? So that's one area, relationships. I'm going to put this all in the descriptions too, so you can refer back to it in writing there. The next one is your health. What's going on with your body? How do you feel every day? Do you have enough energy? Another one is purpose and meaning. Do you feel like you have purpose and meaning in your life? That's a good question to ask. What about your home and your environment? Does your space feel like you? When you come home, does it rise up to greet you? What about money and security? Not many of us are wealthy, but do you feel stable? Do you feel like your needs are being met? Or are you living paycheck to paycheck? What about growth? Have you been doing things to learn and stretch yourself? What about giving back? Have you been giving back, volunteering, helping someone else who needs help? It doesn't even have to be the official act of I am volunteering, but is there a neighbor or a friend who has been ill and needs a meal? Do you pitch in and do things like that? And then the last category I have is joy and play. What are you doing? Are you doing anything to add play in your life and to bring joy into your life? So those are the 8 categories. As I said, I'll write them into the description and you can write them down from there or copy and paste them into a document. So this is how to do the audit. Okay, so you have the 8 categories. So with them written down, and once again, you can do this on just a sheet of paper, or you can do it electronically in your laptop or on your phone, and give each one of those categories a score from 1 to 10. 10 being it's working fabulously well, and 1 is it's not really working at all. And be very honest. Don't look at it aspirationally, like where you would like it to be. Look at it honestly and give yourself those scores. Now, for anything under a 6, think about why and write down next to the 6 why you think things aren't working. You don't have to write a huge paragraph, just 1 sentence about why that category isn't working in your life. For anything 7 and above, write what is working. How is it working? What are you doing? And once you do that, look at the full picture, the things below 6, the things 7 and above, and see if you're surprised. There might be things that you scored lower than you thought you would, and just take a little bit of time to contemplate that. So now here's the fun part. Take one thing, one of those 8 things that's a 6 or below, and come up with something that you can do to raise that score. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. It could be a little thing that you're going to do to raise that score. And then that one little thing will have a ripple effect. And little by little, you can knock more things off the list. So, for instance, in preparation for doing this, I decided to do a Love Your Life audit again. And something that's working really well for me, which hadn't for a while, is my home. I feel like my home is my safe place. I feel like it does rise up to meet me. I've worked really hard recently at getting it organized. I even watched a video on how to roll towels like they do in the spas. So when I open up my linen closet, it looks beautiful and organized. I don't have to fight looking for a hand towel as opposed to a bath towel. So to me, that got a higher score than it did last time, and that made me very happy. Now, something that's not working for me is in the relationship category. I have a very important relationship that right now is struggling, and I'm not doing too well at it. And so that got a lower score than I wanted. And so I made a plan of what I can do to raise that score and make my relationship stronger. And it's just a relationship with one person. I feel like my other relationships are strong. But because that one important person to me isn't strong, that's why I scored it lower, because I really know that I need to look at it and work on it. And I shouldn't say I know I need to. What I really want to say is I know I want to. I want to make that relationship stronger. So, as I said, I encourage you to revisit this in 3 to 6 months. Try it again. See if you raised what you wanted to raise. See if things that were high on your list aren't higher on your list anymore. And if so, why? It's just a good inventory of yourself and where you're going and where you're heading and where you want to head. What I would love to know in the comments is, what area of your life do you think is working fabulously well right now? In what area of your life do you feel like you need to focus on and improve upon? There's no shame in having to improve upon something. So think about that. I would love to know in the comments. I'd love to see if people have similar things or if everybody has something different. So I'm a new YouTube channel. I could really use a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing and means the world to me. Feel free to share this video with anyone you might want to share it with. And know that every episode, every video I make is about finding ways to bring more joy into our lives. That's what I'm all about. I spent far too many years not feeling joy, not feeling happy. I always postponed my joy, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I don't want you to do that anymore either. We don't have to be thin or beautiful or in a relationship or wealthy in order to be happy and joyous. We can be happy and joyous today if that's what we want to focus on and choose. If you want to feel happy, if you want to feel joy, I want that for you, because I believe we all deserve to be joyfully ever after. I'll see you real soon.